Hello guys, today we learn how to create a custom login in ASP.NET Core Azure Pages with SQL Server in Visual Studio 2022. To implement this, we have required SQL Server 2012 and Visual Studio 2022. Now let us see how our input form design for login pages and redirect to the index page, our home page. So let us see, we have a login page. We have made a login page like login heading and username and password. When you put the username and password and click on login button, it will redirect it to index pages. For this you have usage like table login users, ID, primary key identity, username NVARCHAR and passwordHash NVARCHAR 255. Here we are using the SHA 256 password hashing. Here we are using SHA 256 hashing method for secure the password, so it can not be in a plain text or password. Let us see. I open a SampleDB. In SampleDB there is table like login users, and now you can see that select star from login users, then you will execute. You can see here ID, username Raj, and this is the password hashing where we are using the SHA 256. To further implement this, first we need to open Visual Studio 2022 and then create a new project, and we can choose ASP.NET Core Web App Azure Pages from here, or you can choose from here ASP.NET Core Web App Azure Pages, and now click on next. And here it is asking for the project name. You can put like ASP.NET Core Login Implementations, and now click on next button. Here you can see ASP.NET Core Web App Azure Pages and framework. Here we are using .NET 8.0 long-term support, and click on create button. Now here you can see that your ASP.NET Core login project has been created, and there are different folders like property, dependency, pages. Now need to follow the first step like and installing the Nuget Packages. Installation required through Nuget Package. What we need like Microsoft.entityframeworkcore.SqlServer, Microsoft.entityframeworkcore.tools, and Microsoft.Extensions.Configuration. These three packages need to install, so copy this one, go to projects and right click and go to new, manage Nuget Packages, and after that you will go browse and paste this. So here you can see Microsoft.entityframeworkcore.SqlServer and click on install. Same way we will install NVARCHAR.tools. The third one is Microsoft.Extensions.Configurations. Check whether these three Nuget packages has been installed or not. So we will go like dependencies,, and click on packages. So here you can see that three packages like SQL Server, Core.tools and configuration will be installed. All have the same versions. After that, second step is need to create a folder, name is models, and then we will create a Scaffold-DbContext through the command line of Nuget Packages. So go here and first we need to create new folders. Folders name will be models. After that, here you can see a creation for Scaffold-DB class so that it can be connected to database through the entity framework. For this we have take like Scaffold-DbContext, server name you can put here, initial catalog, your database name, user ID and password, TrustServerCertificate true, and then Microsoft.entityframeworkcore.SqlServer space minus hyphen, then output directory dot models. Whatever class will be created will go into the folder models. So let us copy this and go to tools, get package manager, then console. Paste this and click on the enter button. So here you can see that your Scaffold-DbContext class will be created, and here you can check all the tables. We will have a public virtual SSS property, then a connection string which can connect to database, and I'll have like override property for the tables name like columns max value and their fields you can see here. So here you have created Scaffold-DbContext class. Now creating a Scaffold-DbContext class, we need to add this class to program.cs file through as a service, add DbContext to the container so that can be used. So go to program.cs file and you can put here like add DbContext to the container so that this service can be run. Now there is also in second and third step we will create first. After that we need to create a view model. So how we can create a view model based upon the basically login what we have required. Like here you can see our username and password, so there will be much to fill in login view models, and also you can authenticate or validate before submitting the button. So here you can see I need a class view model users. To add this, go to projects, then go to folder models. Now add new class, and you can put class name like view model users and click on the add button. So and after that we will put like their property SSS get set property so that this variable can be available. So here first I have defined like public required distinct username, and second one define public required distinct password getter setters. And also we have a put one message like required error message when you enter nothing in the text box and click on submit button, that will show as a error, so username is required. And also here you can put the maximum length, like string length 100, error message user cannot be longer than the 100 characters. So here you can put like required field validator and maximum length characters validation here. After that, here like for the password you have put like error message password is required, and also I have put like data type dot password, so it cannot be visible in any way. Now here you can create a view model for the users based upon the users input. Then next step is create a login page. So go to Solution Explorer, then Pages, and right click and add like Razor Pages. Take blank and click on add and put the name like login and click on the add button. So here you can see your login pages will be created. That is the code behind, like handler of get and post method, and this is the Razor Pages. Here you can the HTML code for text box and buttons here. So already I have written, so copy this one and put here. So here first you can see like form method post. I am using here the bootstrap CSS like labels input ASP for view model dot username. Here you can see first you can only see like input, there is one like text box control, and other is password like type password, and another is text box control that is label, and that is the label for username, and there is one button login type submit and button, and there is one p style color model dot error message, and one is section script partial and validation script partial. This is the JavaScript code, so it go to share and validation script. So here is jQuery code for the validations, which are already you can check like in root, then library folders, and then jQuery validation you can see here, and also there is jQuery validation and strip.js. So all required JS. So here you can see in this folder jQuery validation are there, so there is no issue for this. And you can see this jQuery validation plugin is v1.19.5. now this is the login page, and also we need to write a code in code behind for handler, so that whatever we put on the username and password and click on button, so that will check from database and say whether it's right user or wrong user. So for that we write on post method. Here also you can see when you click on this, so post method will become here automatically. Now I have written the post method code, So let us see. First you write a transaction string like private read only sample.db.context, then context. Then after that we need to create a constructor for this, so I have created here. Then after creating constructors we need to create a bind property, so you can create here bind property so that it can be bind properly to the getter setter method. So I have written bind property. After creating bind property we need to create a public virtual method so that that method will be available in the razor pages, this razor pages. So what we will write here, public, then we write virtual. Then after virtual I have created a view model like view model users. So your view model, that is the getter setter property, I have defined here, you can see here. And then after that we have called like a virtual public virtual view model users getter setters. Then also we need to define a message here, message with which will show on the page if any error occurs. So here you can see public string error message getter setters. Then after that we need to write a post method, so I have paste there which already I have created. So let us see definition of on post method. Here first I have write like if not model is valid, so it will show go to return page. After that here you can see where PasswordHash, because I have saved the password in hash format, so first need to change the plain password to hash password, so it will check through that. So password compute hash 256 hash view model and dot password, it will get the value of password, and this is the function which will convert into the SHA 256. And here you can see I have using for converting using where SHA 256 I have taken a method, so giving some error. So what you will inherit like using system.security.cryptography, so this function's name will be enable and dot create, so it will create the hash for the input, compute the SHA hash for the input data. Then after creating hash we will change it like byte equal to bytes object SHA 256 dot compute hash encoding UTF dot get bytes raw data. Then after that what we will convert it into bytes, it will be converted into base 64 string. So the string representation in base 64 of contents of in array, so it will, this function will convert into SHA 256 hashing. So here you can see password will get in SHA. Then after that you have write a code like where users as context.loginUsers, that is a table name Then dot first or default strings. If u equal to username and equal to view model dot username, whatever I have a database compared to the text box which coming the value from the text box, and also whatever and u dot password hash equal to password hash. So it will take the user available or not. Based upon that, if user equal to null, you will get the invalid username and password and go to the same page, return page. Then if user is have values means available in database, so here we need to create identity. Here you are using the cookie based authentications to stores. Create the identity and sign in. So where claims equal to new list claims, then new claims equal to claim dot name and user dot name. After that I have write like identity, new claims, identity claims, cookies authentication default value related to cookie based authentication handler, then dot authentication scheme, and then after that where principal equal to new claims principal identity. Then after that await HTTP content assign in async, and then cookies authentication default, dot authentication scheme and principal. Then after storing it in cookies and claiming as a sign in users, then redirect to the index pages, redirect to page index. So this is the code, and also there is index pages. Here you can see that go to pages. In index pages I have write a code simply like page model. So also you can put like authorization here, so that only after login this page ledger page will be open. And you have like here created a login pages and do coding on the handler methods. Then after that also need to create a logout pages. So for logout of the users, go to pages, now click and add ledger pages, then select ledger pages empty, then click on add button. So page name logout and click on the add. So here you can logout pages will be created, and go to new code. Here on get method you write a code. So here you write a code on get method handlers like await HTTP context, sign out async, cookies authentication default value related to cookies based authentication handler, then authentication scheme, and after logout means removing line of code used in ASP.NET Core out a user from authentication session that use cookies based authentication, delete the authentication cookie from this line of code. So the cookies we have authenticated can be removed and also sign out from the users. And this is a synchronous method that sign out the user out from the specified authentication scheme and remove the authentication cookies and clear the user's identity from the context. So from this side logout, users will be log out and remove the cookies from these ones. And basically you have now created login form and logout forms, and after that also need to register some code in program CS file which I have left before. Like first we have added this DB context to containers, also need to add this one builder.service.add authentication. For the cookie based authentication we need to add so that if not logins, then it will go directly to login page. So cookie authentication default authentication scheme, then add cookies option equal to option dot login path equal to login, and builder service dot add authorization also you need to add. First you need to add this one. So go to program.cs file, so here you can see builder.service, and you can add this one. Also need like builder service that add authorization, so we need to add this also. Then after that there is one line app.authentic use authentications. Here also you can see app.use authorizations, then need to add app.use authentications. Now run these applications and check. So here you can see our index page will open, but it will not log in now, so that's why it will going to login page. So after that I have like put your username and password like 1 2 3 4 I have written, and click on login page. First you need to put on the above authorization. First will be authentications, then it will be authorization. Now run it again. Now go to login, and now put here Raj, then 1 2 3 4 and log out. Then after clicking you can see we will able to see the like index home pages. In home pages you can see I have added authorizations, so only valid users can access this page. If we like put log out and press enter, so it will be log out of the applications. And again if you want to go like open the index page, so it will now redirecting to the login page. And again if we like, so it will checking, and again if you like Raj and put like password another thing which is not correct and put on login button, so it will take like invalid username or password. Also if you can see for validation check I put both are empty and click on login. So here you can see username is required. For this requirement for validations you can see where I have put, you need to go in view model of the users, and here you can the required validation I have put here. Also, if you put like more than 100, so it will give the, so here can see that after 100 it will cannot redirect it. It cannot, you cannot be able to enter more than 100 characters. So if you putting this one and clicking again on the login, so again password is required asking, and put like something this one and again put on login. So here you can see username, invalid user and name, password. And if you put like correct username like username Raj and password is 1234 and click on login button, so it will go to the your index pages or whatever you need to redirect that pages. So directly also you can put the login or logout button based upon the cookies authentication, login authentication, whether it is login or not. You can put login and logout. Only in the case of login, only logout button will be shown, and if user is not login logout, so only login will be shown. So that's why we can create a custom login in ASP.NET Core Edge pages. Now you can see sample code for the custom login. This is view models. Then this is the login.html, code behind code handler. This is the cookie based authentication we are using here. Then creating the cookies. Then after login, this will redirect to index pages. And here you can see the function for compute SJ256 hash. This is the login HTML page. Strongly type binding you can see through the getter setter access methods. This is for the validations. For validation we write here like ASP validation for and view model dot users dot username and class text. Same way for the password, that is for label, that is for the text box, and for validation I am here using ASP validation for and view model user dot passwords, and there is VR button, one button, and there is showing for errors if any errors will be occur like at the rate of model dot error message, and there here you can edit the validation script partial which are the jQuery for validation, this like user validation at the client sites. Also you can put the validation at the code behind sites. server side. So you can see here I have written, and also you can check one by one also. Here is a logout page I have created. Logout page. This is the logout page. When you just click on this, like cookies will be deleted, session will be deleted for that. Like only I have written on get method and HTTP-context assign out async cookies authentication default dot authentication scheme and redirect to the login pages. Whenever user log out, it will clear the cookies and session of that users, and it will be redirected the login page again. Here you can see the Scaffold-DbContext, which can created automatically through the command line prompt. And this is the program.cs file. We are adding a sample DB class, so that here you are adding this as a service, builder of service at DB-context, sample DB-context. Also you use authentication, cookie based authentication, so also you need to add this service like builder service, add authentication, cookies authentication default or authentication name, add cookies option equal to optional login path equal to login, and need to add this service like builder services dot add authorizations. Also have need authentication, then authorizations. So I have written here add this one. After that also you need to add these two if it will be not there, like use authentication and use authorization. That's it. So this way you can implement the custom login in ASP.NET Core Razor pages with SQL Server in Visual Studio 2022. Thanks for watching my YouTube videos. If you want to more videos, please subscribe my YouTube channel.